two iconic green spaces, two vibrant lifestyles. Central Park in Manhattan and Prospect Park in Brooklyn aren't just places to relax, they define the heartbeat of their neighborhoods. For New Yorkers, living near these two urban oases isn't just a perk, it's a lifestyle choice. But which park matches your vibe and vision for city living? Join us as we compare the culture, convenience, and charisma of these legendary locations. All right, let's first start with Central Park and let's get down to the basics. The park spans 843 acres, gets 42 million visitors every year, and it's one of the most iconic New York City locations. It was designed by a pair of iconic park visionaries. It began construction in 1857 and took 19 years to complete. The park's construction involved moving nearly 5 million cubic yards of earth, stone, and topsoil. It had to build 36 bridges, arches, and had to plant over 500,000 trees, shrubs, and vines. It also involved taking down a number of buildings and homes to make space for the park. And speaking of sides, Central Park is wedged in between the Upper East Side and the Upper West Side. These predominantly residential areas are made up of luxury and historic properties. And don't forget Billionaires Row on 57th Street, which are some of the most expensive homes in New York City. And Central Park is known for its cultural centers as well. You got the Metropolitan Museum of Art, you have the Guggenheim down the street, you have Lincoln Center on the west side, and you have the Natural History Museum. And what's a real estate show if we don't talk about the real estate prices in these areas? Now there are wide ranges of homes. There's a lot of co-ops, the price in the hundreds of thousands of dollars, up to the Billionaire Row homes, which I mentioned to you earlier. The most expensive being a whopping $250 million penthouse at the Central Park Tower on 57th Street. So you do have a wide range of prices in these areas. Central Park is full of iconic spots that capture its charm. Bethesda Terrace and Fountain is the heart of the park, with stunning architecture and the Angel of the Water statue. For a more romantic vibe, there's the Bow Bridge, a picturesque spot over the lake, and nearby the Loeb Boathouse, where you can rent a rowboat or grab a scenic meal. Don't miss Woolman Rink, a magical place for ice skating in the winter with skyline views. And don't forget the iconic movie scenes that Central Park is known for, including When Harry Met Sally, Breakfast at Tiffany's, Serendipity, and Night at the Museum. Alright, so let's head on down to Prospect Park in Brooklyn. This park is 585 acres. It only gets 10 million visitors, so considerably lower than Central Park. It is more space and it is more tranquil. It was actually designed by the same visionaries that designed Central Park. It is more known for its laid-back pace. They do have a lot of events there, but it's more meant for the locals that live in Brooklyn, whereas Central Park is not only for locals, but also for tourists and for a lot of other events that takes place in the park as well. So let's talk about the neighborhoods around the park. Unlike Central Park, which has its Billionaires Row, it's known for its views and high price tag, Prospect Park is really known for its low-key neighborhoods like Park Slope's brownstones, and then in Crown Heights on the other side, it's going through a renaissance. There is a lot of historic buildings. It's a growing neighborhood. And then all around it, you have Prospect Heights, so you have Prospect Lefferts Garden. So these are all established neighborhoods that are really residential focused. Some iconic spots in the park includes the Prospect Park Zoo, the Botanic Garden, which is really great. They have a wonderful cherry blossom festival once a year. And the Grand Army Plaza, which has an organic market every weekend. And don't forget to stop by the Brooklyn Museum. And it's also known for its summer concert series as well. So let's talk about affordability. The homes around the areas is changing. The neighborhood's dynamic is changing. There's a lot of new construction coming to the area, so prices are going up. It's actually one of the up-and-coming areas in New York City. It's really trickling down from the waterfront, from Williamsburg, from Brooklyn Heights, and it's moving slowly into Brooklyn, and so it's going through the park right now. You're seeing a lot of construction along the horizon. A lot of new towers are coming up, and I do think that homes will continue to increase in prices in the long term. Both Central Park and Prospect Park offer something truly special, each reflecting a unique New York City lifestyle. So which park feels more like your story? Let us know in the comments. And don't go anywhere. The next video is queued up and ready to guide you further on your New York City journey. See you there.